doing? Harold Reed here, and welcome to another video inside the HRJR Motivational Video Group. Listen, today I want to talk to you about slavery. Not the Kunta Kinte roots Alex Haley type of slavery, but the slavery of your mind. Many of you know I recently retired as a police officer, and a lot of people were shocked and amazed or what have you because I didn't do 20 years. Well, who's to say I had to do 20 years? Who's to say you have to put in 20, 25 years or something on your job? I'm going to tell you why. Because what tends to happen is the chain of events of a regular life, quote unquote, is go to school, get a good job, work that good job, retire, and die. That's it, pretty much, when you break it all down. And granted, there's a lot of happy times in between, but that's basically it. So I went to school, didn't care for it to an extent, got a good job, but I got to a point where, you know, it was either me or the job. And I wasn't about to let the job win, okay? And so I made a decision to do what was best for me and my family. I look at the man that I was as a police officer deep down. I was a good guy. I took care of my family, paid my bills, and I still do those things. But emotionally, I wasn't right. I wasn't happy with myself. So I had to make some changes and do some things that benefited me. A lot of people don't have jobs that really affect their emotions and such in that capacity. But many of you still have jobs or are on jobs that you really don't care about. But you're there because where else you going to get a paycheck from? So that, in essence, makes you a slave. If you're someplace you don't want to be, that makes you a slave. And you're working, that makes you a slave. Granted, you get a paycheck, so if you're thinking, oh, I get a paycheck, so I'm not a slave, can you just up and leave without facing any repercussions? Are you afraid to? Ask yourself those questions, okay? And when I say you're a slave, I'm not saying that to insult you. I'm not saying that to demean you. I'm not saying that to embarrass you. I'm saying that to encourage you to really think about where you are in your position in life right now. Now, if you enjoy what you're doing and you get fulfillment out of what you're doing, no, you're not a slave. You're not a slave. You're doing what you want to do. You are living your purpose, as my friend Rosemary Gomez loves to say. Okay? And if you're living your purpose, that's a beautiful thing. But if you're someplace you don't want to be and you stay there, then you're a slave. If you don't make a move because you're afraid to get up out of that situation, you're a slave. A couple of days ago, actually I think it might even be, it was a couple days ago, I put a post on my Facebook page about the phrase thinking outside of the box. And for those of you who haven't seen that post, I'll simply say it's like this. I'm sick of that phrase, thinking outside of the box. Because if you're thinking outside of the box, your thoughts are outside of the box, but where are you? You are inside that box. Again, if your thoughts are outside of the box, your body is inside of the box. So my thing is, kick down one of those sides of that box, kick down one of those walls, and get your butt out of that box and start living and doing and thinking outside of the box. As a police officer, I was inside of the box. And being a motivational speaker and a life coach, that was me thinking outside of the box. Being a writer, that was me thinking outside of the box. Well, guess what? I didn't want to be in the box anymore. So I took some initiative and I kicked down one of those walls. And now I am outside of that box. Is it scary? Abso-effing-lutely. But I have faith in myself. I have faith in my abilities. And above all else, I have faith in my Creator that I'm going to be all right. And with that alone, I'm good. With that alone, you can be too. So I want you to really sit back and think and ask yourself, are you happy where you are? A lot of the people who are successful in the world today are successful because they asked themselves that question and the answer was no, and they took action to make a change. Bill Gates, Harvard, dropped out. Zuckerberg, Harvard, dropped out. Now, granted, you had to have things going on in order to get into Harvard in the first place, but as prestigious as a Harvard education might be, or actually is, the path that they chose to deviate from having that Harvard education took them farther than a Harvard education takes most people. Okay? So that's just an example of something to think about. You know, a lot of times people become successful because they evaluate where they are in their lives. Right now, they see themselves as someplace they don't want to be, and then they take action and deviate from that path and follow that path towards their purpose. Is it going to be easy? Absolutely not. I don't want you to think that it's going to be easy. In fact, it may be the hardest thing you will ever do in your life. But if you believe in yourself, you believe in your abilities, and you believe in your creator, it will be worth it. This is Harold Reed, and I wish you the best, nothing but the best. Take care of yourselves and have a good day. Bye. Wait! Hold up. Before I go, let me tell you how you can find me. And it's going to appear like right here, so pay close attention. You can follow me on Twitter at HS Reed Jr. Yeah, HS Reed Jr. You can find me at Facebook, which is www.facebook.com/HRJR Enterprises. Feel free to check out the website if you're interested in receiving life coaching. If you're looking to book a motivational speaker that is going to get your people fired up. My niche group is pretty much teenagers up, so high schools, colleges, businesses, church groups. I can speak to youth that are under high school age, but I really feel that those kids at that age should be paying more attention to their parents than anybody else. But if you have a youth group that needs talking to, I can speak to them as well. So you can go to my website, www.HRJRenterprises.com. Again, everything should be appearing right here. So, I'm really stepping my Twitter game up. I've had some of my people in the social media game really get on me, so I am stepping my Twitter game up. If you do reach out for me on Twitter and follow me on Twitter, I will respond to you. I will be putting up the P.O. box soon, because if you want to send me letters and ask your questions, because I'm bringing back Ask HRJR, I will read your questions and give them answers. Now, what I always say is, you might not like the answers you get, but I guarantee you it'll be nothing but the truth and nothing but something that's coming straight from the heart. So, take care of yourselves, and I will talk to you soon.